In August 2023, the Japanese government launched a plan to discharge nuclear contaminated water from the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant into the sea. So far, nuclear contaminated water has been discharged into the ocean 4 times. This behavior has caused widespread concern about marine ecological safety and seafood safety around the world. As one of the world's major seafood consumers, China is undoubtedly one of the main victims of this nuclear wastewater discharge plan. However, in the face of potential threats of marine pollution, China has chosen to farm seafood in the desert. Although it sounds incredible, in the Taklamakan Desert far away from the ocean, Chinese farmers have successfully farmed 7,000 acres of seafood products such as fish, shrimp, and crabs. Through advanced technology and scientific management, these seafood not only survive successfully in the desert, but also expand their breeding bases every year. During the peak season every year, the daily catch here is as high as 1,200 kilograms, and the annual breeding income exceeds $8 million. So, how do Chinese farmers farm seafood in the desert? If you like our video content, please click to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can receive all our latest video content. Now, let's get into today's topic. As we all know, the Chinese have been trying to conquer the desert. In the past few decades, they have tried to plant trees and build a large number of solar photovoltaics in the desert, trying to revitalize this seemingly barren and hopeless land. The Taklamakan Desert, located in the core area of the Daiichi Basin in Xinjiang, China, is the largest desert in China, ranks 10th among the world's deserts, and is also the world's second largest mobile desert. The desert is about 1,000 kilometers long from east to west and about 400 kilometers wide from north to south, with a total area of 330,000 square kilometers. The surface of the Taklamakan Desert is mainly composed of loose alluvial deposits several hundred meters thick. These sand layers are constantly moving under the action of the wind. The thickness of the sand layer can reach 300 meters, forming a variety of wind-carved landforms, including sand dunes of various shapes and sizes. As the largest desert in China, the Taklamakan Desert belongs to the warm temperate arid desert. Its summer is extremely hot, with the highest temperature reaching 67.2 degrees Celsius and the temperature difference between day and night often exceeding 40 degrees Celsius. This extreme climatic condition poses a huge challenge to human activities and the ecological environment. Because the entire desert is affected by the cross-influence of the 2 prevailing wind directions in northwest China and north and south, wind and sand activities are very frequent and intense, and mobile sand dunes account for more than 80% of the total area. When the surface sand warms up, updrafts develop, and the northeast wind is particularly strong. During this period, strong hurricanes and dust storms often occurred, filling the atmosphere with sand and dust, with dust reaching as high as 3,962 meters above sea level. Winds from other directions also lifted dust into the air, making the Taklamakan Desert almost shrouded in dust all year round. However, such an extreme environment is now undergoing a quiet change. With wisdom and innovation, the Chinese have overcome the extreme climate and harsh natural conditions and successfully carried out seafood farming projects in this desert, creating a miracle of life. What is going on? In fact, China has been committed to repairing the desertified environment since 2002. At first, China's strategy was to introduce water resources into the desert, hoping to gradually nourish plant growth in this way. Based on this idea, China launched an annual ecological water transfer project in the Taklamakan Desert, trying to inject vitality into this arid area by continuously delivering water. After years of unremitting efforts, countless small lakes have gradually formed in this vast desert. However, only a few places around these lakes can breed sporadic small trees, which is far from the goal of turning the desert into an oasis. This phenomenon made China realize that relying solely on water resources is not enough to completely change the desert environment. Therefore, scientists have proposed a new greening principle, believing that desertification control requires not only water sources, but also the establishment of a complete ecosystem. In this system, water resources must work together with plants, soil, and organisms to truly create a vibrant environment. After injecting a large amount of water resources into the Taklamakan Desert, Chinese scientists began to try to drive economic benefits and promote greening by breeding crabs, shrimps, and other aquatic products in the desert. However, unexpectedly, the water resources in the desert are rich in salt and minerals, causing the original fresh water to gradually turn into salt water. This salty environment is not suitable for the survival of freshwater organisms such as crabs. Faced with such a challenge, Chinese scientists did not give up. They conducted in-depth research on the saline water in the Taklamakan Desert and finally found a solution by adding trace elements and probiotics to prepare artificial seawater suitable for seafood growth. In 2017, relying on its scientific research resources, China selected a seafood with remarkable adaptability after multiple rounds of experiments: the blue crab. This crab is known for its amazing drought resistance. Especially when the water source is exhausted, the blue crab is able to enter a dormant state to reduce water consumption. In this state, the life activities of the blue crab will be greatly reduced, and they may even stop eating and reproducing. However, once the water source is restored, they can quickly regain vitality and continue their normal life cycle. This unique survival ability also makes the blue crab an ideal choice for adapting to the desert environment. What is more worth mentioning is that this kind of blue crabs farmed in the desert are not only delicious and nutritious, but also have certain medicinal value and are considered to be beneficial to health. Blue crabs living in the desert also have high ornamental value. They can attract tourists to the desert area to appreciate these unique ecological farming landscapes, thereby injecting new vitality and development opportunities into the local tourism industry. In my opinion, Chinese farmers have successfully achieved a win-win situation of environmental protection and economic development by effectively utilizing this precious natural resource. In order to accelerate the process of desert greening, the Chinese government began to encourage surrounding residents and enterprises to participate in seafood farming activities in the desert. By 2020, the farming area in the area has expanded to 7,000 acres, and an industrial chain incubator park dedicated to saline alkali land aquaculture has been established. This park is not only a center for aquaculture, but also a test site for saline alkali land management and utilization technology. In this once barren desert, a variety of seafood products including shrimps, fish, clams, and blue crabs can now be successfully farmed. With the introduction of water resources and the gradual improvement of the ecological environment, the plants that were originally dormant in the desert have gradually awakened, providing rich ecological support for the development of the aquatic industry. This variety of seafood products not only enriches the local ecological chain, but also drives the restoration of biodiversity in the entire region. By 2022, these seafood products cultivated in the desert have successfully entered the market. Due to its distance from marine pollution and nuclear radiation, the seafood in the Taklamakan Desert has been highly recognized by consumers in terms of quality. Its delicious meat and unique taste have attracted many diners and food lovers. Today, the Taklamakan Desert is not only a typical successful case of ecological restoration, but also a unique tourist and food destination. According to statistics, the current daily catch of seafood here is between 400 and 500 kilograms, and in the peak season, this figure can even reach 1,200 kilograms. Such output not only meets the market demand, but also provides economic income for local residents, significantly improving the local economy. With the gradual expansion of the desert seafood market, in April 2024, the Taklamakan Desert successfully released a large number of seafood seedlings in its edge areas, including 80 million flower beetle seedlings, 3 million razor clam seedlings, and 30,000 blue crab seedlings. It is estimated that more than 100,000 acres of desert land have been proven suitable for saline alkali water farming. In early May this year, after successfully breeding crayfish, salmon, and Australian freshwater lobster, Chinese scientists introduced a further 1 million South Taihu No. 3 Macrobrachium rosenbergii fry from the Freshwater Fisheries Research Institute for experimental breeding. At present, China's desert breeding projects not only promote the recycling and conservation of water resources, but also significantly reduce the loss and pollution of water resources, making great contributions to improving the ecological environment of the desert and enhancing the stability and sustainability of the ecosystem. Important contribution. In fact, desert-raised seafood has a history in China. As early as 1990, a forward-looking Chinese entrepreneur began exploring the possibility of raising seafood in the desert. After years of research and practice, he established a 1,200-acre fish farming base in the Kumtag Desert in 2001, set up 15 fish ponds, and successfully stocked 600,000 rainbow trout fry. The environment of the Kumtag Desert is more complex than the Taklamakan Desert, and the climate conditions are extremely harsh. However, thanks to the huge spring water resources in the area, the entrepreneur finally achieved success in raising rainbow trout. Since last year, the discharge of Japanese nuclear sewage has caused widespread concerns about marine ecology, leading to a general decline in public trust in seafood, and many countries have even begun to refuse to purchase Japanese aquatic products. However, in the face of this challenge, China has achieved remarkable success by cultivating seafood in desert areas, which has also attracted the attention of the international community. If other countries that are also facing desertification problems can adopt similar ecological farming measures, they may also achieve similar positive results. Moreover, Chinese experts are currently exploring more ecological farming methods. They are trying to plant aquatic plants and seaweed in desert areas to purify saline water and adjust the pH value. This will help improve water quality and provide a variety of ecological resources. Animals are used as feed, thereby building a sustainable ecosystem. To not miss out on our future projects and news updates, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. We will continue to provide you with more exciting and interesting content.